Hi guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Just a quick plea, subscribe to my channel please. If you haven't done it already, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Thanks. Level crossings. Choo-choo. Right. On the approach, you will get this road sign. So level crossing with a gate or barrier ahead. This is in Wokingham. And then light signals are ahead at the level crossing airfield or bridge. That's what that means, because that can be used in lots of different scenarios. Right. And there we can see our level crossing of the road. This one. Level crossing without a gate or barrier ahead. Yeah. Okay. So there's a track and nothing warning you that there's a train coming. Now these are pretty rare. I've only ever seen them on private land. So when I was a kid we used to go fishing and I had to go across a farmer's land to get to the lake where we went fishing, and there was one of those signs. Alright. Right. And here we go. Well, this one, it actually has a giveaway, so that's nice. So open level crossing, so without gates or barriers or road traffic lights, have giveaway sign over a symbol or a railway locomotive. There you go. So we've got this one, sometimes accompanied by this sign to really hammer it home that you're just about to die if you're not really careful. Yeah. All right. This is the no barriers. You can also get this one, which is electrified overhead cable and the height safe for a vehicle to go under, normally associated with electrified railway or tramway, so it could be over the railway here if it was electrified. Fine. And you may sometimes get a black arrow underneath telling you, so if you were coming up to a level crossing but it says but it's over here down this road, then because they've got to warn lorries, haven't they, that if there's a height restriction coming up, they've got to tell them down this road, if you go down here then you're going to be constrained by that height. So therefore they put the arrows out just to warn lorry drivers, really. You can also get this one, drivers along low vehicles phone before crossing. So long low vehicles may ground out, i.e. the bottom of their lorry gets stuck on the road, so they've got a phone to make sure there's no train coming before they try to get across. This one in Wokingham, as you can see, you go across and then it drops away on the other side. So if you've got a long vehicle, your wheels could be lower than the middle as you go over a crest. We touched on this earlier on. So countdown markers provided on the approach to a level crossing, the red and white ones. They are divided into equal distances. Does not necessarily represent 100 yards. There you go. And we've got a temporary sign telling you that there's a new way of doing stuff. At the crossing, here it is, good old Wokingham, you get flashing red light signals, and these mean stop. A steady amber light shows before the red lights begin, just like on a normal traffic light. You get an amber light and then you get the red light. And this means stop unless it is unsafe to do so. You may have to wait for multiple trains. Remember, I've been at a junction, well, at a crossing, and I've had to wait for 3 of them. I was thinking they were broken, but there were 3. There will be a telephone where you can call the signal operator if no trains turn up after 3 minutes, or you need to contact them in an emergency. If you are stuck on a crossing, get everyone out of the vehicle first, then contact the signal operator. Get clear of the crossing. If an alarm starts to sound, the signals start or barriers start to drop. Okay, so if it signs that there's a train coming, get out of the car. You also have these things which direct you to your phone or a location of a fairing, so that takes you to it, and then that's where it is. You also get these yellow box junctions. Right, so just like any yellow box junction, you are not allowed to enter one unless you can physically get out the other side. If you stop in a box junction and a train turns up, you might die, so don't do it. You must be able to get out the other side. There are different types of crossings: full barriers, half barriers, no barriers, manual barriers. They all have their own signage and instructions that you should read when you are there. Never take risks at a crossing. So, yellow box junction markings indicate an area of carriageway at a level crossing that must be kept clear. Do not enter the box if the other stationary traffic may cause you to stop in any part of your vehicle in the box. Alright? So you must be able to sit here, and only when there's room here do you then go across so that you could sit there. Do not sit here. Tram signage. Oh, there's always a question about trams on the theory test. So yes, you will be asked about them. Trams can run on roads used by other vehicles and pedestrians. The part of the road used by trams may have a different coloured surface or a different textured surface. They may be edged by special road markings, normally white. That is a theory question. Alright, so remember it's the surface, it's either colour or textured surface and white lines. Warning sign there, tram crossing ahead. Basically it's like a rail crossing with traffic lights. Ta-da! So we've got your traffic lights here, railway line there. Keep that completely clear, do not sit in that. Here, positive action. Okay, so that one's warning you of them, but this one is a positive saying, if you're a tram, you can go this way. Trams only, so route for trams only, and buses if the upper sign also includes a bus symbol. So it depends on what's listed or shown in there. Alright, so here we've got bus, taxi and cycle, for instance, between those hours. But here for this bit we have trams only. Information sign showing tram only route. So this picture shows only trams ahead. Bikes and buses and taxis can go left. So bike, bus and taxi go left, but only between the days and times shown. Anyone can turn left outside of those times, remember? Right? So it's only saying it's a bus, cycle, taxi route between those times, but at weekends cars could drive down there, for instance. In other sides you've got the through traffic, so if you don't comply with those two constraints then you have to go right. Basically that's what this road sign here is saying. And this is just the tram only ahead and the city centre is right. Great, good to know. So I would actually go up here, there's the arrow on the floor, so you would actually, reading this, if I was a car Monday to Friday I'd go up here and then go right there. Right. Information on the floor showing tram only route. This picture shows bus and tram route. All other traffic must go right. So we've got bus and tram there. Everybody else must go there because that white line signifies where the curb would be if that road didn't exist. So that is the left hand side of your road. Again, this is a sort of theory test question. You see this. So it's a road marking indicating the start of a route for trams only. But it'll say tram and bus only if buses were allowed. Right, this is a reminder for pedestrians. The picture shows a tram route and signs reminding pedestrians. Notice as well the markings on the floor. So you've got look both ways, all that sort of stuff. You've also got your giveways there for cars, all that sort of stuff. But this road sign here, tramways look both ways. Reminder to pedestrians, look out for trams approaching from both directions. There's one. Yeah. Here's an example earlier on where we said, oh, we've got a giveaway, and we said there was no barriers, crossings, all that sort of stuff. Well, here it is, but only this time it's a tram. Because here we have a basically a railway crossing, but it's for trams. Tram crossing with nothing to stop you, no barriers, nothing. So drivers of other vehicles must give way to trams at level crossings without barriers, gates or road traffic light signals. Sometimes just a giveaway sign and a tram plate may be used. There you go. So this is just warning you, there are nothing here to stop you. Right, dodgy. Tram signals. Here we go, loads of them. So think of the lines, think of these lines here like the tracks that a tram rides on or drives on. Okay. Just with car signs, a line going up and down means ahead. So this means proceed ahead. If you bend them off into an angle, so if you think you were laying layers of track, a little section of track, this is fine. I'm putting track down and it's all good. Now if I put one off at that angle, then the tram would go that way. Fine. But if I had my track running like that, and then I put a track like that, there's no way a tram could do that. It could do that, so it could go round a corner, but it couldn't suddenly go and do a right angle. Therefore, if you turn the track 90 degrees like that, it would be too tight for a tram to turn, and so they would have to stop. So that is a signal for stop, and there is an example of one, a real sign and everything. So because they're normally 5 dots basically, and then the dots light up accordingly. Or if it looks like they may fall into a hole, weirdly, yeah, dartboard, don't know. So I don't know. So you get your circle there, but that one particularly means stop unless it is safe to do so, or unsafe to do so. Other signs for the trams. This is a stop line. There we go. We've got one there painted on the floor across the track itself. A stop line for trams at traffic signals where that part of the road is not used by other vehicles. Fine. So coming to a tram stop. Diamonds are kilometres per hour for trams. Right? So a speed limit sign for tram drivers shown in kilometres per hour. All diamond shaped signs are for tram drivers only. So here we've got one for cars, one for trams. Remember, this is miles per hour because that's what cars go by, but this is trams, so therefore it's kilometres per hour.